Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching us from today. Welcome to Facebook Live, coming to you from Studio 58. Whoa, wrong show.
Yeah, wrong show.
We're actually coming from the Clayton Visitor and Training Center in North Carolina. My name is Greg Worley, and I'm joined today with...
I'm Jennifer Hooper.
And we're with the Global Mini Hydraulic Product Group. We're going to be talking to you about a number of things, but this is coming to you live, and it's going to give you an opportunity to talk to somebody from Caterpillar to answer your questions. So be thinking about what questions that you want to present to us by signing into Facebook.
So we're going to start with a little bit of machine operation today. Our specific focus is the 304.5E2 XTC, which stands for Extra Tool Carrier. And Greg's going to take a little bit of time to operate the machine. Go ahead and start sending your questions in. After he finishes operating, we'll start taking your questions live. And anything that you have to offer, comments, questions, we'll address them here.
And before we get to the machine operation, we just need a little bit of time while we get people tuned into the wirelesses and get into here. So we're just going to talk here a little bit. So because we're coming live, we want to prove we're coming live. We actually can say anything we want today, Jenny. You know, this is very unusual. Normally when we do these videos, it's like, oh, you can't say that, or could you do that again? This is coming to you absolutely live here from Clayton, North Carolina. Now, I did make a list to make sure that I was good. Can I say that word?
No.
No, can't say that? Can't say that?
No.
How about these ones?
No. Yes, no.
Not that one?
Definitely not.
Okay, all right. So we're actually coming to you live. Now, we're really excited about doing this. This is actually sort of a pilot run for us. We did one just recently out of our Peoria facilities, but this is the first time we've done one for BCP, Building Construction Products, the smaller end of the Caterpillar equipment where we talk about the skid steers, the mini hex, the wheel loaders, backhoe loaders, telehandlers, and small track type tractors. Big mouthful there, but this is the division that we're in here today. We are going to be focusing on excavators because we are with the Mini Hydraulic Excavator Group. And we're really excited about what's going on because we've spent the last few years getting a global manufacturing platform so we can build great quality, high-performing, efficient excavators anywhere in the world. Now we're moving on to the next stage, and that next stage is looking at our customers. What do our customers need? What can we do to make our customers' life easier, more efficient, and help them to earn more money for their businesses? And that's where these three products that we're going to be talking about here briefly come into play. We are in the middle of launching a machine called 300.9 VPS. VPS stands for Versatile Power System. It's our standard 300.9 running on diesel, but it can also run on electricity. Zero emissions for indoor work. That machine will be featured at World of Concrete and CONEXPO next year, and it's available now. We also got the XTC. XTC stands for Extra Tool Carrier, and that's the machine we're going to focus on today. And our other third new model in the process of being released is our 308E2 with a variable angle boom. We call it VAB for short. The videos are out there on YouTube. There's a lot of videos for XTC and the VAB. So we're only going to show you a little portion of the day what we got with the XTC machine. But if you want to see more, go to YouTube and look out for us.
All right. With that, you ready to get on the machine?
Yep, let's
Show
do
the
it.
guys what it'll do?
Okay.
Great. Okay, you'll notice that Greg is taking on our safety practices. He checked around the machine, opening the machine, getting in with 3 points of contact as we do, making sure he puts on his safety belt. And he'll also sound the horn for anybody that may be surrounding us, and then putting the hydraulic lockout lever down, which ensures that the hydraulics are now live and he can fully operate. All these safety tips are also included on the CAT Landscaping and Construction site on YouTube. Look at Mini Excavator Safety Tips for more information on that. So the 304.5E2 is actually built upon our 304 platform. It has all the same features that the 304E2 has, with basically a bulkier undercarriage to be able to support the skid steer loader coupler interface on the machine. As you all may notice, those of you that haven't seen it before, that is what's incredibly unique about this model. Where typically you'd see a standard blade or an angle blade, which we offer both on the 304-ton platform. Here we have a skid steer loader coupler interface with the multi-purpose bucket included, also known as the 4-in-1 bucket. Greg is simply displaying a load and carry application. As you saw there, he loaded up those tires and will take them to an alternate location where he will unload. Now you can imagine any type of material utilized. Obviously here at the Clayton Visitor Center, we're just allowing for this as an example. And then also when we do our training and host events, we allow other individuals to utilize the machine, get to know the machine in this same form and fashion. Well done on stacking the tires there, Greg. So he's going to continue on with other applications. Again, in a similar fashion, that first one was load and carry, utilization of the tires. You can imagine tree ball roots being used in that, and a landscaping type application as an example. And now what he'll do is something similar, just simply digging and loading the bucket, the multi-purpose bucket. And again, just a different variation of the load and carry application. So a little bit more about the machine. It is a 9,000 pound, 40 horsepower machine. It does have all the same features as our 304 E2 and all the features of the E2 platform across the range. So for those of you current CAT customers, it has the compass monitor as standard. For those non-current CAT customers, the compass monitor basically is the operator interface for the machine. It allows you to do anything from change the pattern to set your auxiliary flows to set up the security system. So it's a very functional monitor that allows for a lot of additional value. In addition to the MP bucket that you see here, there's a number of other attachments that are available, including the GP bucket, general purpose bucket, forks, dozer blades, brooms, power box rakes, and trenchers. Again, a lot of the same tools that you would see for a skid steer loader are available on this machine utilizing that manual coupler interface. Now you may notice during operation how Greg's right hand temporarily leaves the joystick and comes back. That's showing the ease of operation of the coupler. So it's simply a switch on that right hand console that you tap that switch on the console to get utilization of the coupler with your right hand joystick, and then simply just switch it back to go back to excavator control with that right hand joystick. All very easily controlled. Now the MP bucket, as you have seen and has been displayed here, is good for digging, dozing, back dragging, grading, and clamping. It allows you to disperse material without dumping the entire bucket, and sifting and spreading in equal amounts. So there's a lot of value to be held with this combination of the machine and the attachments. And as previously mentioned, there's a number of other attachments that are available for the machine to ensure additional productivity and versatility on your job site. Another challenge that exists with customers looking at compact equipment is the overall mobility from job site to job site. And as you can tell with this interface as well as your traditional excavator, it helps address those challenges of mobility. So you're only having to bring one machine to the job site to be able to address a number of different applications and requirements that you may need to complete in a day's work. A couple of other features of the 304 machine. I mentioned that compass monitor, the E2 machines, I should say. I mentioned the compass monitor. Within that, we introduced something called the site reference system, which is basically pitch and roll sensors that help you level the machine, and again adds that additional value that we see across our range. Well, hopefully your questions have been coming in. Again, we see Greg appropriately utilizing 3 points of contact as he exits the machine. And so I'll come out to him now and we'll see what questions that we've been able to get from our audience. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Well done.
Thank you. We've actually just been operating this machine at Louisville. This has just come back, so we Having customers operate the machine for 2 days at GIE in Louisville, Kentucky. Machine ran, apart from when the rain was pouring down on the first morning, full time for 2 days there. So we've got a lot of customers across it, so I'm hoping we've got some good questions coming in.
We have a load that have already been sent to us here. So the very first question is, when are they available?
They are available now. We actually opened up the price list late spring so we could start getting orders in. We started production in August, and the first machine started shipping in September, and in October those machines are now at a number of our dealers throughout North America.
The second question we've got is, can it be retrofitted to an older machine?
No, it can't. This has been designed specifically for the 304.5E2. It is a base 4-ton excavator, but we make the XTC portion specifically for this machine, so no retrofittable.
Where is it made?
Proud to say it's made in Athens, Georgia, along with our other machines from 3.5 ton all the way through to 8 ton.
And I talked about this a little bit, but what attachments can I use?
What attachment use? This is a pretty interesting question. You know, we like to say normally, hey, this is how you're going to use the machine. This one is very experimental. We're putting it out there. We're going to let you, the customer, work out how to use the machine and how to make a living with this machine. Ideally, you saw the 72-inch MP bucket, multi-purpose bucket, 4-in-1 bucket, whichever you want to call it. That's going to be a primary tool for speeding up backfilling, grading. Pretty much slower, not as much powerful as skid steer, but anything a 4-in-1 bucket can do on a skid steer, you can do with this machine apart from truck loading. So as you saw, you clean up the material, floaters on the machine, cleaning up. Forks, material handling is another big portion of this machine. It will operate hydromechanical tools, and if you go to YouTube, you will see some of those videos with hydromechanical tools on. It will run them. It's not a skid steer. Will they meet your expectation? Try it and find out. This is what this product is all about. It's getting out there and finding what can this machine do for you. Do more for less.
All right. What's been your experience in operating with your favorite work tool on the machine?
Favorite work tool. I don't know if I got one particular favorite one. I've been working on this project off and on for 4 years. It's not been a full-time project for us. It's been an experimental project, like I say. So on and off for 4 years, we've been working on this. And every time I've used the machine and I've been around work tools, I just try it and try a new work tool. And as the years have gone by, it's been exciting to find, you know, how something works. And I guess if I had to be pushed for a favorite, I'd say it would be the twin-time bale spear, because it was never thought about, never planned. Just happened to see it when we happened to be doing the video shoot, and I was like, I wonder. And twin-time bale spear, you know, made me smile. It was just a little bit of fun with the machine and what we could do with it.
That's great. The operating weight, which we also address, is 9,000-pound operating weight on this machine.
Anything else?
I think that's it for now that we've got in. I'm
Okay,
hoping we've got a lot of good comments coming in as well.
So one question that hasn't been asked yet so far, but certainly get asked a lot. I've seen it online. I've seen it on blogs. Got asked about it at GIE. Where did the idea come from? Who came up with the idea? Well, from Caterpillar's side, it came up from several different people trying different things. A group of us got together and say, hey, what can we do differently? An excavator is an excavator. They all dig holes. They all fill them back up again. You know, but what can we do to take it to the next level? So we played around with 2 or 3 different ideas in the beginning, and it was sort of a collaboration that we came up from this in trial and error. And I will tell you, initially we didn't have a multi-purpose bucket or 4-in-1 bucket on it. We had a GP bucket. And, you know, you thought we would have thought that all the way through, but we put the GP bucket on it, we dug a hole, we went to fill the hole back in, and then realized that we couldn't tip into the trench. Immediately we thought, okay, we need to put hydraulics down there because we need to be able to have the use of a 4-in-1 bucket or an MP bucket on it. And so it's been a ride for the last 4 years, and we're really pleased to finally get it into production.
No doubt. Shall we show a little bit of something else before we wrap up?
Okay, so like I said, we are all about finding solutions for our customers. You, the customer out there. We spend a lot of time, Jennifer, myself, and other members of our team, we talk to customers, what do you need? Sometimes the customer don't know what they need, and that's where the XTC come from. And then we show them the XTC, and then more questions came about, but only if we could. So in the spirit of thinking outside of the box, we're going to give you an insight of where we're going next with this machine. So let's show them.
All right, sounds good. So Greg mentioned a little bit about where we're going next with this machine. As he mentioned, the 300.9D VPS, that versatile power system, which is a unique and innovative solution to bring to market. Additionally, that 308E2 VAB, variable angle boom, and what you've seen here as well, the 304.5E2 XTC, or extra tool carrier. So these are three unique solutions within the compact excavator, mini excavator world that we've brought to market and are starting to hear a lot of buzz and interest in. And this whole idea of innovation and being able to offer alternate solutions to our customer base is something that we're really focused on now and as we proceed forward in the future. Now, as you'd expect with the skid steer loader coupler on the blade, naturally we thought the next best place to put it, perhaps at the end of the stick. So you'll see now Greg getting attached to the bale spear with the tool at the end of the stick, whereas traditionally you'd see a bucket and auger, a traditional manual dual lock coupler, if you will. And I will quote Mr. Worley regarding the use of these hay bales here. He said that they have more pricks in them than a second-hand dartboard. So if it's a unique lift, as we see the hay bales being pierced, you'll understand why. But he'll very simply position the machine and take on lifting these hay bales to move. Yeah, they've seen an application or two for sure. So again, this application is something unique and innovative. You don't see it in the marketplace often. It's these types of solutions that we're wanting to bring to the marketplace continually, and we look forward to getting customer feedback and continuing to improve and offer these types of solutions as we proceed forward with our overall machine development. You have noticed, I'm sure, as we've been broadcasting here, all the various machines and work tools in the background. We are at our visitor center in Clayton, North Carolina, where we have a pretty large expanse not only of our excavator models, but other compact equipment as it relates to skid steers, CTLs, MTLs, backhoes, small wheel loaders, compact wheel loaders, telehandlers, etc., as Greg mentioned there at the beginning. And then finally, as he mentioned, our hope is to have these machines on display, the VPS, the XTC, and the VAB, all at the trade shows next year. So we'll have World of Concrete in January, and then in March there'll be CONEXPO. So we'd really look forward to your participation and coming out and seeing us and seeing the equipment, getting your questions answered, addressing anything that you may be able to offer, and helping us drive the future in innovation and helping you be more productive on the job site and achieve more for your own business, job, etc. I think Greg wants to make a closing comment here, and then we'll wrap up. We do definitely appreciate your participation and are happy to take your questions on Facebook Live, but of course go see your local cat dealer as well for any questions that you have about the product. Final words, Mr. Worley?
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the quick little demo. Please go to YouTube, put in XTC or VAB, and you'll be able to check out more videos on these. We were just at GIE. Jennifer, myself, and the rest of the mini hydraulic excavator team will be at World of Concrete with those three products. in January, and again in Las Vegas, CONEXPO, first week of March, with the VPS, the XTC, and the VAB.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.